How will we live together in this scenography, in this exhibition, could be translated as how do we design a city together? How do architects design buildings that fruitfully coexist, that all together produce interesting cityscapes, nice streets, a nice variation, learn to listen to their surrounding, but also take a critical distance from that surrounding. So living together is a complex play of being yourself, but also listening to other people. And that complexity is also the narrative of the model. The idea of scenography is to build a fictional landscape, a capriccio, they say it beautifully in Italy, a landscape, a cityscape where you can walk through, made out of models. Composite presence is about creating a city together, which is both hybrid and rich and diverse, but also to a certain extent consistent and productive in its differences. Not messy, not chaotic, but again rich, diverse, a very robust ecology of differences. There are 50 proud, happy pieces of architecture, but it's how they come together, that's the central focus. You wanted to compose a cityscape of buildings with different scales, different programs, different ideas on architecture, but you also wanted to have architects from different backgrounds, different generations, different cities or regions. You wanted to have a nice balance of emerging architects, established architects. You wanted to have female architects. You wanted to have different new ideas on architecture with more established ones. So the whole thing was something of a puzzle with many dimensions being brought together. And with that also comes a very rich material development. So together with the carpenters, we've been using all sort of wood sheet material, staining, sponging, sanding the material to produce an urban environment, a model environment which is rich in its material experience and nevertheless also very consistent. We wanted to make an immersive scenography. You will be walking through streets, you will be standing on a square, you will be in a church, you will be looking through buildings at other buildings, but all of that required an enormous effort from the carpenters, from everyone involved in producing this. We've made 50 models on a scale 1 to 15, which is huge. It fills half of this enormous hangar. It will require a few trucks to get this to Venice, but the effort will be worth it. The experience will be very strong, and some of that scale can be felt here. So the whole delay feels a bit like postponing a wedding for a year. It's hard. It's not great. But obviously it makes the outlook even more exciting and thrilling and complex. It's very much a celebration of the city. It's a celebration of coming together, of working together. So I hope that the joy of meeting each other again in spring nicely coincides with the joy our show tries to convey.